Hey guys, welcome to today's Vehicle Visionary. Did you see what I just did right there? There's a very specific reason why I did that. I wanted you to see the window sticker on this very HRV to see that it is indeed a 2022 model. And there's likely to be somebody down in the comments section who says, "That's not a 2022 HRV." And I guess I can understand why they might say that, because obviously the HRV did receive a redesign for 2022. Well, that is with the exception of the United States market. Honda says there is going to be a US version, kind of a specific to the US version, I should say, that will be debuted as the 2023 model. What is that going to be like compared to what we currently see in other countries? Well, we'll just have to wait and find out. But while I'm here at Holmes Honda today, we're going to take a look at this 2022 version, and there's likely to be some people who maybe are happy that the changes didn't take place in our market here in the US. Tell me down in the comments what you think. The exterior color on this model is Aegean blue. Honestly, that is one of my favorite Honda colors. You do have the auto on-off headlights and the fog lights on the lower portion of the bumper right there. I don't have those on right now, as you can see, but the one common question that I get a lot if I don't talk about it is going to be answered right here. Does it have turn signal indicators built into the side view mirrors? As you can see, yes it does on the EX trim level. The wheel size is 17 inches, and if you're looking for an engine that may not be super powerful, but still going to get the job done, it's the 1.8 liter four-cylinder that's under the hood of this model. It's making 141 horsepower, and for some people are going to say that's not enough. Some of those people might not remember days when cars were not making a ton of horsepower. In fact, even Corvettes back in the mid to late 80s were not even making 300, I think even less than 200 horsepower. So 141 horsepower, not that bad. Hill start assist if you need it. But the big thing is the gas mileage. 28 miles per gallon city, 34 out on the highway, and a combined total, according to Honda, of 30 miles. It's mated to a CVT, continuously variable transmission, or what is called a shiftless transmission. And again, varying opinions on that. Tell me what you think about the CVT. Do you like it? Do you not? And tell me why. One exterior note that I want to mention here, you'll notice on the rear doors that the handle for opening the rear doors is right here on the top, kind of in the rear area, instead of down here on the lower portion of the door like it would normally be. And I think that gives the HRV a little bit more of a clean look. And you will notice, of course, that the lines actually look pretty sporty here, which I would think that would be what you would expect on a smaller SUV like this. Of course, you're going to have the shark fin antenna and the rear roof spoiler. And by the way, that is functional. If you're wondering if that's just cosmetic, it's not. It's meant to actually channel air over this rear window, try and help keep that clean when you're driving down the road with all the dirt and debris that's stirred up and all that kind of stuff. But of course, if it gets dirty, you've got the rear window wiper right here if you need it. And we'll open the rear door here. That is, of course, dampened. Just looking around here in the rear cargo area, you can maximize that to 58.8 cubic feet in cargo. And I'm going to show you how to maximize that, at least on one side here. A little bit easier here with this angle with the GoPro. I'm gonna let that seat down right there, and you can see, of course, you can do that on both sides and under the floor right here, which, by the way, you can kind of see how I folded that up. I don't know if I can do this one-handed or not. Let's just give it a try and see. There we go. It goes this way. You can fold that up and out of the way, because underneath the tray right here is the spare tire. So good news for all of you who don't like those tire repair kits. The HRV does indeed come with a spare tire. By the way, guys, if you're wondering about the insert, I actually had that out earlier, got that HRV logo on there, but to keep the carpet clean back here, that's what you're going to find. I just had it out for demonstration purposes. And by the way, if you wanted to tow with your HRV, how much can you tow? Well, the maximum amount, from what I can find, is 1,500 pounds. I don't think too many people are going to be towing with their HRV, but if you need those numbers, now you have them. And we'll hop into the back seat real quick here just to kind of show you what's there. Of course, the headrests are adjustable. You can raise and lower those depending on what your situation is. And just to kind of show what's back here, got the one map pocket on the rear of the passenger seat there, and I'll give you a look at the door bin right there. Gonna have that same size on both sides. And here on the rear of the console, no air conditioning vents. Don't know that that's necessary in an interior of this size, but you do have a 12-volt power outlet. You could buy an adapter. That way you'll have at least one USB port in the rear. There might be some out there that maybe have two built in, but at least you know what your options are. And a quick look through the passenger side door, just let you see what's here on the passenger side. Of course, you're going to have the glove box right here. We'll take a quick look inside there just to show you what's there. It's actually somewhat deep. And of course, you're going to have the pass-through there in the front of the console. Got some connectivity there, a couple of USB ports, and a 12-volt power outlet. And just a quick look at the seats before we hop in on the driver's side. And a quick look from the driver's side door here. All the typical features and functionality you would expect. All your controls for adjusting your power mirrors, door locks, power windows, all that kind of stuff. There's the button for Econ mode if you want to use that, traction control, all that good stuff. And underneath the steering wheel is a lever that allows you to adjust the steering wheel tilt and telescopically. I am looking forward to turning on the AC here. We're going to turn that down. And just a quick look here at the dashboard. As you can see, we've got steering wheel mounted controls, and right there, the least most used item in any vehicle in Northwest Louisiana. That's the turn signal. If you ever wondered how that worked and what it was for, well, it's more than just controlling the headlights. Now you know. Push that up to turn to the right or change lanes to the right, and also do the same thing in the down position to do everything to the left. For those who are curious about that, maybe your salesman at the dealership didn't tell you about it, now you know. There are your steering wheel mounted controls, just having a little fun there, even for those of you who really don't use your blinkers. Steering wheel mounted controls and the paddle shifters here if you want to feel as sporty as possible driving around with your 141 horsepower HR-V. And the infotainment screen, you can adjust the brightness here, as you can see, if you want to go brighter or less. Maybe at night it's a little bit too bright, you can change the setting there. And of course, everything that you would expect to find here. Let's see if I can do that one-handed. All of your features and functionalities, settings, you can pair your phone, all that good stuff, very easy to use. And here is the panel for controlling the air conditioning vent, or the air conditioning, not just the vents. You can control those right here manually, actually. Button for the hazard lights, push button start, and the shifter right there. Tell me what you think. Would you rather have a shifter like this or the push button shifter that some of the other Honda models have? And right down here, power parking brake and brake hold mode. If you're ever in heavy traffic, that can come in very handy. Let me change my position here just a little bit. These are your drink holders, and you can see that you can actually push down on these areas right here and increase the size. You can also pull this centerpiece out if you want to increase that as well. And it's just super easy to show the sliding lid for the console right there. How many Vehicle Visionary t-shirts can you fit inside that console? Probably 3. I'm not really sure. As we hop out onto the road for a quick test drive, one thing I definitely have to say that is really good about the HR-V is that the ride quality is better than some of its competitors that I've driven in the past. Now, one thing I would like to be able to test out, but unfortunately don't have a really good location to do it, would be Hill Start Assist. Have you ever had an experience with Hill Start Assist with your HR-V? Tell me what your experience was down in the comments. But overall, I must say, everything's so easy to get to. You've got quite a few nice features and functionality here. One thing that's good is that it doesn't come with the auto stop start feature. And we're sitting here at a green light. Let's see if we can get this person to go. I don't know what we're waiting on here, but wow, apparently that person's favorite color is green. Why do I say that? Because they sat and stared at that green light until we almost missed the light entirely, and now we're doing 10 miles an hour under the speed limit. For those of you who like to hear my sarcastic comments, well, the SUV in front of us is giving us plenty of material to use. We're still not doing the speed limit yet. Anyway, I know I'm off subject there, but I just can't help but say something about it. So what's it like, even when you're sitting behind somebody who is completely inattentive, and let's see what's going to go on here, maybe turn with no blinker? The HR-V is still a great vehicle. I don't know if there's somebody in front of them. No, there isn't. Maybe they're looking for an address. That's got to be what it is. Oh, no blinker. What a surprise. Okay, aside from bad drivers, what is it like to drive the HR-V? Well, if you're looking for a vehicle that's nimble and easily maneuverable, well, this is something you might want to consider. And while some people are going to say that it's highly underpowered, you might have to drive it for yourself to find out. There are going to be varying opinions on that. And honestly, if it was that underpowered for the segment that it's built for, then obviously Honda wouldn't be able to sell it because there wouldn't be enough buyers in the market to justify building the vehicle. And one thing I must say I am impressed with here is how well it handles. The steering is nice and tight. I like the responsiveness of the brake and the gas pedal, and everything is just easy to get to. So if you're looking for an SUV that can get the job done with great gas mileage, definitely will get you around with no problem, and is just super easy to kind of zip around town in, well, the Honda HR-V is definitely something you should consider. And what exactly was it that this HR-V has that I believe all Hondas should have? It's Honda Lane Watch. And if you're not familiar with Honda Lane Watch, especially for those of you who don't use your blinkers, this is a good reason to do so. But all kidding aside, when you turn on the right-hand turn signal, you will notice on the infotainment screen that suddenly you see the right-hand side of the vehicle, or essentially the area of your blind spot. And there's a camera mounted on the passenger side mirror that allows this to take place. Unfortunately, this is something that Honda has phased out over the last few years. And while it has been phased out in favor of blind spot monitoring, it's still nice to occasionally find it on some vehicles. Tell me down in the comments, would you like to see it available on all Honda models? So tell me down in the comments section, what do you think about this particular version of the HR-V for 2022? I know from one previous video I did on this model, there were people that said, I'm glad that it didn't change in the US market. And of course, there's other people who are going to have varying opinions. Tell me what you think and why. And tell me what you would like to see Honda do with the HR-V for 2023 when that model comes out in the United States. Got to say a special thanks to my friends here at Holmes Honda for loaning me this model for the day, and all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out another of the videos that is on the screen right now, and I will see you there.